two legends, two totally different goals. The 90s gave us the Civic Si and the Supra Turbo, but which one truly defined the era? Let's break it down. Under the hood, these two early 90s icons couldn't be more different. The Civic Si carries a high-revving 1.6-liter SOHC inline-4 with Honda's VTEC system. It makes around 125 horsepower at 6,600 RPM and 106 pound-feet at 5,200 RPM. Modest on paper, but impressive for an economy car of its era. The Supra, on the other hand, packs a 3.0-liter DOHC inline-6. The naturally aspirated Mark IV Supra outputs about 220 to 222 horsepower, while the twin-turbo version boasts 320 horsepower and 315 pound-feet in U.S. trim. A 1993 Supra Turbo rocketed 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 5.4 seconds and ran the quarter mile in 13.5 seconds at 106.6 miles per hour in testing. The Civic Si, with front-wheel drive and about 100 fewer horses, managed 0 to 60 in roughly 8 to 9 seconds. The Civic tipped the scales around 2,300 to 2,400 pounds. A featherweight next to the Supra's roughly 3,300 to 3,500 pounds. In short, the Civic is a peppy momentum car, while the Supra is a highway missile. Each provides a distinct thrill, revving out VTEC versus riding a wave of boost. The Civic Si and the MK4 Supra became legends in the tuning scene, albeit in different ways. Honda's Civic EG earned a reputation as the ultimate import tuner starter car. Low cost, low weight, and easy upgradability made the 5th-gen Civic hatch a go-to choice for enthusiasts. Owners discovered you could swap in bigger engines like the 160 horsepower DOHC VTEC B16A from the JDM Civic SIR or bolt on turbo kits to the little D16. The result? Civics that doubled or tripled their factory horsepower became commonplace at drag nights. The EG Civic's huge aftermarket support enabled an entire subculture. From the pages of Super Street to local street races, the 92 to 95 Civic was an icon of the 90s import tuner movement. If the Civic was the accessible tuner canvas, the Toyota Supra MK4 was the holy grail. Its 2JZ GTE engine became famous for bulletproof engineering. An iron block, overbuilt internals, and sequential twin turbos. Tuners quickly found the 2JZ could handle absurd power levels. 320 horsepower stock was just a starting point. With basic modifications, Supra owners were pushing 450-plus horsepower without opening the engine. It's not uncommon to see street Supras with 600 to 800 horsepower, and fully built examples topping 4 digits. Historically, these two cars symbolized the dual nature of 90s Japanese performance. The Civic, humble, endlessly customizable, community-driven, and the Supra, a flagship performance machine turned aftermarket superstar. Both left an indelible mark on the car enthusiast world. The 1992 to 94 Civic hatchback boasted a clean, rounded design that feels retro cool today. Its small size and large windows give it a friendly, functional look. Crucially, Honda gave this economy car sophisticated handling with 4-wheel double wishbone suspension, rare for its class, contributing to responsive handling. The Si model added subtle touches like a mild body kit and alloy wheels. Inside, the cabin is Spartan but well laid out with clear analog gauges. There's surprising space in the hatch. Fold the rear seats, and you have a tiny cargo hauler. As a daily driver, the Civic Si was hard to beat. It's lightweight and nimble in city traffic, easy to park, and sips fuel. Contemporary reviews praised it as tight, smooth, clever, rewarding to drive, and cheap to run. While noise and ride comfort were typical economy car grade, reliability was top-notch. Many owners tell stories of their Civic starting every morning without fail. In essence, the EG Civic felt like a sports car hidden in an economy car's body. One you could thrash on a back road and then calmly commute with the next day. In contrast, the 4th-gen Supra was designed as a high-performance grand tourer. It's low-slung and wide, with dramatic styling that screams 90s performance. Look for the long sculpted hood, flared fenders, and the huge basket-handle rear spoiler standard on turbo models, which became the Supra's signature. The rear end's round taillights are instantly recognizable, and the car's stance is purposeful and aggressive. Climb inside, and you find a cockpit straight out of a fighter jet ethos. All gauges and controls tilted toward the driver, giving a wraparound feel. The front seats are supportive buckets, often leather, while the rear seats are a token 2+2, usable only in a pinch. Despite being a performance car, the Supra came with amenities like AC, a decent audio system, and even removable Targa top panels on many versions. As a daily driver, the Supra is surprisingly civil. The ride is firm but comfortable enough for highway trips, and the long gearing keeps the engine quiet when cruising. Its big 6-cylinder does drink more fuel than a Civic, and parts like tires and brakes are sports car spec, meaning not cheap. The car's heft is evident, but Toyota balanced it well with near 51-49 weight distribution and strong chassis rigidity. Visibility is decent for a sports coupe. In the 90s, the Supra was seen as a premium car, and it felt like it. Everything from the door thunk to the high-quality paint showed Toyota's attention to detail. Today, driving one gives a delightful analog experience. Tactile steering, the whoosh of turbos spooling, and the absence of modern nannies make it an engaging machine for daily use or weekend blasts. When new, these two cars occupied very different places in the market, and contemporary opinions reflected that. The Civic Si was universally praised as a fun, practical sport compact. Auto journalists lauded its combination of handling and value. As one period review put it, the sporty C hatchback hangs on to its leadership role among high-spirited economy cars, being tight, rewarding to drive, and a great bang for the buck. Enthusiast drivers found that you didn't need huge horsepower to have fun. The Civic's lightweight chassis and rev-happy engine made it a momentum car that taught you to maintain speed through corners. On the forums and at meetups, the EG Civic gained a devoted fan base that loved to trade modification tips. Owners swapped tales of out-cornering more powerful cars at autocrosses, bolstering the Civic's giant killer reputation. It wasn't just an appliance, it was an introduction to car enthusiasm for a whole generation. The Supra MK4, in its day, was a bit of an outlier. It stunned testers with its acceleration and high-tech engineering, but some saw it as fast, but not a pure sports car like the RX-7, offering neither the styling, the luxury, nor the prestige of the 300ZX. Indeed, in 1993, the Supra Turbo was often compared to the Mazda RX-7, Nissan 300ZX, and even the Chevy Corvette. Many reviewers found the Supra extremely capable, but also heavy and expensive, which made it a tougher sell at the time. Only true aficionados appreciated its overbuilt nature and tuning potential back then. However, as the years passed, the Supra's legend grew exponentially. Enthusiast sentiment shifted to near reverence, especially after the model was discontinued in 2002. In the 2000s, the Supra became a pop culture superstar, thanks largely to the Fast and Furious franchise and video games, and public perception went from great but overshadowed to JDM hero car. On Supra forums, owners and aspirants swap stories of hunting down clean examples and meticulously maintaining them. Meanwhile, the humble Civic Si also enjoys a strong nostalgic following. It's often remembered in car blogs and YouTube retrospectives as the affordable tuner of the 90s, a car that might not win drag races, but won hearts. In enthusiast rankings, the Supra is frequently cited as one of the greatest Japanese sports cars of all time, and the Civic Si as one of the most beloved hot hatches. Together, they've achieved a kind of folk hero status in car culture. One as the everyman's hero, the other as the legend that almost got away. 3 decades on, the 1992-94 Civic Si and Supra MK4 have followed different paths in the collector market. The Toyota Supra has become the stuff of auction block magic. Pristine twin-turbo models with manual transmissions now regularly fetch into the 6 figures at auctions. In fact, the record-setting Supra sale was the actual movie car from Fast and Furious, which went for an eye-watering $550,000. And even stock low-mileage cars have cleared the $100,000 mark. What's driving this surge? Limited production, legendary status, and a heavy dose of nostalgia. Collectors who were teenagers when the MK4 Supra was postured on their wall now have the means to buy the real thing, and they are doing so with fervor. By contrast, the Honda Civic Si remains a far more accessible collector car, but it too has seen interest rising. Because so many were modified, raced, or just used up as economy cars, finding an original, clean 1992-95 Civic Si is getting harder. An EG Civic. Si offers a time capsule driving feel, manual steering in some models, a mechanical cable-linked shifter, the sound of that little four-banger as VTEC engages. It's a delightfully analog antidote to today's complex cars. Whether it's the Supra's twin turbos hissing or the Civic's pop-up sunroof and cassette deck, these details transport enthusiasts back in time. And in the end, that's the magic of both cars. They're not just machines, but cultural touchstones. Owning one today isn't merely about transportation. It's about keeping a piece of the 90s dream alive on the open road.